Welcome back to the channel, folks. You know what it is. You're sitting down with that brother of light. And as always, I look to drop wisdom in your left ear and knowledge in your right. I wanted to come to you on our Thanksgiving episode and just share a little bit of wisdom, I hope, as you are recuperating from stuffing our faces and our bodies with turkey, stuffing, or cranberry sauce and apple pie. You've had an opportunity to be around your friends and your family. Hopefully, you've enjoyed food, fun, laughter, all in the spirit of community, all in the spirit of setting differences aside. And really, I hope if you're like me, you've had a chance to reflect on this past year and what has happened, whether you classify that as good or bad, with a spirit of gratitude. And we are coming up on the end of season 3 of Folkes Unfettered. It's hard to believe that what started out as a hobby and a way to share information with friends and family and the audience that we have built since 2011. I wanted to give you a brief message of what I hope to be is hope and a sense of my gratitude to each and every one of you who have liked and subscribed to the channel, who have shared our videos, who has shared your time with us here on the channel, who has shared your wisdom, your expertise, and your knowledge to help positively impact the lives of those around us. And I'm just going to spend a few minutes. I'll start out topic 1 being the purpose of Folkes Unfettered, and you'll constantly hear me talk about this because it lets you know what our vision, what our drive, and what our goal is here on the channel. And if you've been following us over these past 3 years, if you've seen the show evolve and stretch and grow, we've tried different things. We've changed logos. I've had guest speakers, guest hosts on the program, had a co-host on the program. And, I had this idea, I had this vision that came to me as I was sitting around friends of mine in Dallas, and we were having conversations about our differences along the political spectrum, our ideas of what it means to be an American. I have friends that cross the aisles of being Republican and Democrat, conservative and liberal. I've been fortunate enough to travel internationally and meet people with different beliefs, different faiths, different perspectives on life. And there's just such a wealth of knowledge and information that I have been privy to that allows for me to be a more empathetic, accepting, and wiser human being. I spend a lot of time listening to people, and which makes the show so unique because when I had this idea for a show, I was being interviewed by, I don't remember if it was the BBC or if it was ITV, and one of the producers said, you really need to have your own program. You need to really have your own show because you have a voice. And they've been after me to do that for quite a long time. And like most of you, if you're like me, you're like, I don't really have anything to say. But if I do, I want it to not be a situation where I'm just expressing a list of to-do items for people to talk at you. I wanted to talk with you. And that's what I found, that whenever I was sitting around certain establishments that I frequent, whether that's my cigar lounge or whether it's the Cowboys Club, or I wanted to take those conversations, say between a staunch, hardcore Republican, uh, a middle of the road libertarian, and a progressive Democrat, and what I learned from those encounters is as we sat around enjoying a libation or smoking a cigar or watching a football game, is that outside of the mainstream media, we would always find common ground based on our shared values. It was our approaches that were different. And I wanted to capture that spirit and have a conversational talk show where people were able to share those external influences, those challenges, in some cases, those obstacles of life in a very human way. So when we're looking for titles for the show, which is a play on my last name, and why we have a parentheses around the E, is because we're all just folks trying to do the best that we can in life. And I've had guests on the show who have presented information in a very, how do I say this, professory kind of way. Here's a list of things you need to do. Here's what you blah 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 blah. That's not what I. That's not what the vision of the show was about. It is about for me. Yes, it is about getting you that information or having you think in a different way, in a more evolved way. More importantly, though, it is a conversation from people from different faiths, from different beliefs, from different walks of life on how to make your life better, your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual well being better, as we are bombarded with the rapid integration of technology, changes in political policy, changes in cultural norms, economic conditions, those things that are affecting us as human beings. How do we absorb those things, transfer what can be potentially negative into something more positive so that we can get one step closer to fulfilling our purpose while we have this time under the sun. And if I feel that our program is losing its way, then it is my job as the curator of content for the program, not only as the host of the program, but also have it align with my core values. And I've made some really interesting revelations, especially to people that have known me for a very long time, about myself and my efforts to connect with you. I normally don't sing in public. I did an episode on Valentine's Day where you caught me singing. I'm very private about my relationship, personal relationships, romantic relationships. I'm looking forward in our new season to change that dynamic and give you an idea of what it's like dating in your 50s and some of the challenges that go along with that. I've talked about business ventures, which I usually do in private, where I've done an episode showcasing our Zimbezi Z2 mobile device and how it can help entrepreneurs, vetpreneurs, solopreneurs. I've talked about faith, which is very private to me, my faith and what I believe. Um, and I've opened the door for people of different faiths to share their beliefs as well in an effort to cover all things. You can look, if your goal is to find a podcast that is going to just disseminate a list of to do items, and if you do this, that'll work for you, then, find that content. Folks Unfettered is not just that. We strive to be more than that. We have interviews with individuals who have products and services that they want to sell, that they want to offer to you. But more importantly, we're interested in showcasing for you or highlighting, not that they just made it, because a lot of times, whenever we are looking at successful people, we just get the end story. We don't get the steps, the hardships, the challenges, the disappointments, the failures with them along their path. And in our efforts to uplift you, encourage you, and inspire you, I seek to capture those moments. I seek to bring from my personal relationships and conversations that I've had with people that I consider my mentors and people that mentor me to you, our audience, um, across the world. And we were one of the early podcasts, and I'm sure I don't hit the algorithms like I should, because the the idea is to have an inclusive environment of like-minded individuals, unafraid to challenge each other in our beliefs, and to have very frank discussions about making my life better and fulfilling my purpose can help those, and helping those even if you don't believe the way I believe. We're in a very divided place in the world right now. We are bombarded with unhealthy woke culture. We're bombarded with unhealthy conservative ideas. We are bombarded with division politically, division racially, division economically. Technology is starting to divide us as well. What are the points of connection with us as human beings? We're all affected. It doesn't matter how much money you have. And I'm just grateful for you, our audience, this Thanksgiving season, this holiday season. Those of you who are picking up what we're putting down, for you sticking with us here on the program. I am excited and hopeful about the direction that we're going to drive season 4, which is coming up in January. And we are going to have exciting guests, more influential guests on the program. Just haven't pulled those out of my bag of tricks yet. And we're going to have more through our research and conversation. We're really going to go after um, your physical and spiritual health. And here's why I'm focusing so much on the individual. I'm a researcher. My master's is organizational leadership, project management, and I study organizations and their characteristics and their culture. And everything is an ecosystem. I don't care if you are a professor at a university, if you're a small business owner, if you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, if you're a janitor, if you have a CPA firm, you have created an organism. And that organism is either healthy or unhealthy. And whenever you're looking at the components of an organism, you can't help but look at the individual pieces that make up that organism. And in our case, in our shared humanity, we have to look at the people. There's a whole big talk about profits before people. But the the dichotomy is you can't focus solely on the people and not be concerned about profits, because then you won't be able to help people take care of themselves financially. You can't just focus on the profits, which is what we've been doing, and not focus on the people, because people don't want to affiliate with your organization because they'll get burned out at some point. So there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance between organizations that desire to be healthy and are learning organizations, and within reason, taking care of the people within the organization, because research has shown that by doing that, your employees, your affiliates, your stakeholders are found to be more productive. They communicate more effectively, and they will be more enthusiastic about accomplishing their mission within the organization when they think that they're being taken care of. A lot of organizations will put a slogan out there, a logo, what they do, but when you really get down to the logistics of it, and you start talking about integrating change, and in Folks International Group, we focus on change integration, and that's the most difficult part. And there's a disease at both ends, right, between the followers and the leaders, and you have the static in between, and it's a leader's responsibility to effectively communicate their message, but more importantly, to make sure that what they're communicating is actionable, is encouraging. And you can't just do that with a list of orders. You have to do that with reasons behind why these things are important and the benefit that it's going to be to the people that believe in enough of your organization, your vision, your values, and your mission. And you don't want to beat them up and burn them out. So organizations are going to need to change and improve their ecosystem to make it more harmonious because it's not right now. The mainstream media would have you believe that there's this group against this group and they won't see eye to eye. And there's that tension in between to where the lawyers are making money and why we have a sense of not things aren't getting done. We have an increase in mental health. Um, Marriages are in crisis. Um, Children are being left without a parent, whether that's a father or a mother. The government is seeking more and more control over our personal lives. And a lot of people are suffering from mental health issues, loneliness, economic constraints. The adoption of technology into our lives is wreaking havoc with what we consider private and what we're putting out there. You've got TikTok and Instagram and even YouTube and all these channels, and they're important if we use them properly and in the right context. All of that are things that I am faced with as a human being, and I'm sure you are too. And Folks Unfettered is to be a safe space for us to have these kind of conversations. And so in season 4, I'm looking forward to it. Actually, we're going to have more interactive conversations. We're going to ask you, the audience, to call in on the show and share your ideas. Um, I have gone back to my original format, and in season 4, I'm hoping to bring on um, another co-host. We can have these conversations that I had. I'm on the hunt for that to find the right person for the right that shares a similar vision and can bring some fun and lightheartedness to the program, who wants to have a conversation with you and not to just disseminate information um, in a way that makes you feel like you're back in school. And everyone has their different style. Everyone has their different way of going about things. And I encourage anyone that has a voice, feels like they have something, they feel like that this format is their purpose, is to go over that. This past season, we tried some different things, um, and those things I didn't feel brought us closer to the vision of Folks Unfettered. Because my idea was Folks Unfettered is its own entity, and I am just a steward who has been charged with managing that entity. Folks Unfettered is not me, not just me. That's why you've seen me turn over the mic to guest hosts. And I've had people that have run series. Rod Myers' series on faith. Steve Beeman's taking over the program, encouraging you, venture capitalist, Elevator Club, encouraging you to consider the alchemy of leadership, doing an alchemy of leadership series. And in this spirit of reflection, I am always thinking about this project, Folks Unfettered, and we will always take risk. I'm a big believer that in life you have to take risk. And if those risks don't work out, you learn from it. And some of the risks that you take, calculated risks, of course, could be devastating. You have to get back up and do it again. You try it again. And in this spirit of gratitude and thankfulness, we've made a change. We've gone back to our original formatting. Right now, we have a single host, which is back to me. I have a few other potential candidates to share these co-hosting duties with me. I think they're going to bring some fun and light and joy into the program. They're going to bring their own spin to the program, but within the context of what Folks Unfettered is growing up to be. So I'm really looking forward to season 4. I'm really looking forward to our holiday episode. Well, we'll probably have more song, fun, games, but we're never going to lose the integrity of the program where we want to have a conversation with you, like when you're driving to work or if you're watching a YouTube channel or if you're with your friends and family. We want Folks Unfettered to be something that you turn on and participate with us in our journey in trying to fulfill our purpose. And our purpose is to help you to fulfill your purpose in this life, to be a better human being, to be a better citizen, to be a better family member, to be a better employee, to be a better business owner, to look out for one another. We believe there's hope. We believe in faith. And we believe in the purity of our mission. There are a lot of things that are going on in the world, and I try to share my story with you as a veteran. The challenges that are going on there, I believe that getting that information out cannot be enough. One of our beginning tagline is, it's not a tagline, it's a belief, which is, it's hard to hear the truth with so many people talking. And we're so grateful because there's 18 million podcasts out there, it seems. And everybody's talking. Something for everyone. We are looking at our life in a 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional plane. We just want to have a conversation with you. I'm a regular dude. Some of you know I've done some pretty amazing things. Really grateful for those opportunities. But I've done those things because, one, that's who I am. And 2, I'm able to speak to you and tell you that you can do those things too. And as we're looking at the spirit of Thanksgiving and everyone's feeling warm and fuzzy, and we are considering what's coming next year, some of you may have financial goals, some of you may have spiritual goals, some of you may have physical goals. Whatever your goals, whatever your dreams are, start where you are. I hate to sound like a cliche. Start where you are. Look internally. Do a self-evaluation. And then start integrating those habits that you are going to need to positively impact your life. And you could do that in tandem with Folks Unfettered. If you're lost, this is the place for you. If you are looking to improve your diet, exercise, you're having struggles doing away, this is the place for you. If you're having relationship issues, this is the place for you. If you're looking to become a leader and you want to be a more servant leader, this is the place for you. If you're dealing with substance abuse or whatever that is, this is the place for you. If you're a small business owner, you've got products that you want to sell and advertisements, we're going to highlight the little guy. This is the place for you. Folks Unfettered is a platform and will remain a platform that we hope to be inviting and welcoming, encouraging, and uplifting. To give you an outline of where we're going with the program, we're going to have webinars, workshops, town halls, conversations where people without judgment can share the challenges that they're facing in their life. This is part of my purpose, and it has been a little frightening to open up the way that I've opened up to you, the audience. A lot of things about me that I've shared that I would have never shared 10, 15, 20 years ago. My successes, my failures, my fears, my challenges. We're going to do more of that. We're going to continually tell that story. We're going to continually share that story with you. Whenever you log on to our program, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, by the way. Whenever you log into our program, we want you to grab your favorite drink, whether it's a cup of coffee or tea, maybe put some popcorn on, or maybe grab yourself a snack and sit on the couch with us and let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Let's engage. Let's support each other as we're trying to get through this thing called life. And we're going to have exciting guests in the program. People are going to guest host the program. I have my eye on a new co-host for the program whose vision and values align with my own. Um, we continue to grow. It's crazy. Thank you so much for your support. We're getting subscribers, quite a bit of subscribers uh, to our show and our program. And I just look forward to serving my community, presenting information that you can use and apply, and providing this platform so you can feel more comfortable, release anxiety and stress, that you're not alone. And I would like to encourage each and every one of you this holiday season, this feeling that you're feeling right now, this sense of release of tension, you're relaxing, relating, releasing, reflecting. I want to help you through this holiday season. I want to walk alongside you and have you walk alongside me because I'm figuring this thing out too. Is how to capture this feeling, bottle it for a second, and then spread it out over the year, and then monitor that in the hopes of getting me closer, getting us closer to our goals. We won't stop highlighting the little guy, whether you're a musical artist, whether you're a Broadway star, whether you are a venture capitalist, whether you're worth millions, or whether you're worth nothing. Everyone has a story. It is hard to hear the truth when so many people are talking. What Folkes Unfettered wants to do is to examine the truth. Not how I feel, not how you feel, but just friends sitting on a couch, having a casual conversation. We don't always have to agree, right? We try to figure it out for ourselves and then become acolytes for people to come to truth and to accept the tension that can come with the disagreement. But it's that aggravation, it's that friction, it's that tension that helps us grow and evolve. And over these past 3 years, especially this last year, I have really grown and evolved, I hope, because of some of the guests that we had on Folks Unfettered, because of conversations that I've had that have turned into episodes, because of my own research, because of my own obstacles, because of my own challenges, and because of my own humanity. Look, folks, you've heard it said, and you might have said to yourself, we're all in this together. Let's act like it. Let's look to our brother and sister and let's act like it. The focus is not on the material things. The focus is what we're going to leave behind. So we encourage you, if you've got a different viewpoint, if you have a different perspective, if you've gone through challenges and overcome them, send us an email at wearefolksunfettered@gmail.com or go to our website, which is www.folksig.com, and send us a message on why you would be a great guest on Folks Unfettered. And I'm so excited to finish out these last few holiday episodes and really get us lined up for this coming season. We're mapping out each episode. We are coming to you Thursdays at 10 a.m. That's not going to change. Change the format. in a way, to keep us envisioning on point. We're just going to start having fun. We're going to more and more get out of the studio and have you take walk with us and really enjoy the simple things in our lives. We're not going to stop, though, presenting you with the information, research, access to information, and experts and leaders, thought leaders, that you can take all you've learned from them and apply that in daily life, and then come back on the program and tell us how it's worked for you. We'll walk you through that process. We want to go beyond words. It's one of the things that I thought about calling this show was going beyond words. And I'll say this on air. I think I'm going to do a series on beyond words, how we can take our hopes, our dreams, our aspirations. A lot of us will use cliches and tired and worn out statements, but how do you convert that into actionable items? And as I'm thinking sort of on the fly, I'm looking forward to having an episode, a series actually, titled Going Beyond Words, and talk about goal setting, talk about refining or defining your purpose, your dreams, and then talk about the steps that you can take to get you closer to your goals. And it's not going to be a one size fits all because we're all different, all unique, all different talents. I do just want to encourage you to embrace your higher self, to assess your gifts and talents, to not just talk about it, but be about it. And you're going to go through some pain, growing pains. You're going to go through some doubts. You're going to go through some fears. And we want this program, Folkes Unfettered, to be where you not only come for answers, but you also come for support. And we're going to keep that platform. We want to keep it fun. We want to keep it light. We want to keep it conversational. We want it to be your preferred podcast of choice when you want to get relevant information to whatever area of life that you may be having challenges with. And we'll figure it out together. We don't pretend to have all the answers, but together we can figure out how to come up with a solution. That's what we do. So I'm looking forward to our upcoming holiday episodes. I am looking forward to our fourth season. I cannot believe it's been fourth season. I am looking forward to the growth of Folks Unfettered, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with you. So I hope you have a safe, happy, restful holiday season. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you've had fun. I hope you've had friends and family that have surrounded you. I hope you've had a chance to relax, relate, release, and reflect. And I hope that as you recharge your batteries, that you will like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our streaming platform on Spotify, iHeart. You know the drill, right? Because I really work at being that brother of light. And I enjoy dropping wisdom in your left ear and knowledge in your right. Thank you, folks, for spending your time with me on Folks Unfettered. I look forward to the next time that we have our conversation, and I look forward to engaging and interacting with each and every one of you as we roll out those things that we believe to be of vital importance. And as always, make sure to take care of yourself, make sure to keep your eyes on your purpose, and make sure to positively impact not only your life, but the lives of other people. Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode. Happy holidays, everybody. Talk to you soon.